Hey guys, my name's Royley and today I'm going to explain why Bluey is my favorite show to watch with my daughter.
This episode of Bluey is called Flat Pack.
This is a masterpiece of storytelling where Bandit and Chilli build a porch swing while Bluey and Bingo turn the leftover packaging into a vivid world of imaginative play. It's a perfect example of the saying, one man's trash is another child's treasure. I mean, it doesn't exactly go like that, but nonetheless. We're going to start with the kids, so say goodbye to Bandit and Chilli for now. The episode kicks off with Bluey and Bingo jumping onto a sheet of bubble wrap and declaring it water, imagining themselves as fish.
Pretend I'm the mama fish and you're my baby fish. Okay.
We're witnessing the beginning of life itself, an imaginative take on the origins of Earth. Soon, land emerges, and the kids transition to amphibians.
But keep pretending you're still my baby frog dog. No, pretend that I've grown into a toddler frog dog.
Symbolizing evolution. Next, they become frogs. And with becoming frogs, Bingo decides she is a toddler, which I interpret as a transitional phase. Both amphibians and toddlers explore new territory but always return to their origins. Water for frogs and a mother's care for toddlers. As the kids' play evolves, they become lizards.
Oh, pretend these are our tails.
A giant bandit disrupts their world,
Of course it's my fault.
tearing land away and forcing them to adapt. A clever metaphor for life's changes. Then, a volcano emerges,
Ooh, pretend this is a volcano.
and it's dinosaur time. This is the peak of their imaginative play.
And can we be dinosaurs? Yeah, T-Rexes. I'm your mommy T-Rex. Rawr! Rawr!
Filled with energy and rambunctiousness. But when a meteor, Bandit again, wipes out the dinosaurs, the kids naturally transition to birds.
I'm okay.
Quick, Bingo, fly away. Yeah, pretend we're birds. Rawr! Rawr! Pretend I'm not a toddler anymore. I'm a big girl. Okay.
Bingo, now believing that she's grown a bit with this evolution, grows into a big girl, which I think roughly symbolizes, let's say, the age of 6 to 12, a time of increased independence and freedom, much like a bird who is able to fly through the skies with the wind in their feathers. The next step in the evolution for them is into mammals. I believe this is a fork in the road for kids, branching into either mice.
Look, there could be furry little animals that live in the snow.
Where they are introverted, they seek warmth, protection, shelter. They're a little bit more protective of who they are. Or monkeys, these outgoing, fearless, playful, energetic kids who would just run out and do whatever they feel they can do.
Let's pretend we're monkeys.
Reflecting personality in different ways of growing into who you are.
Yeah, we're cave dogs. And I'm your cave teenager.
There's so many boxes.
And that can be our cave.
With Bingo declaring herself as a teenager, Bluey takes on the role of a teacher, her mother, explaining their history. The girls find a marker and draw on their cave wall. The wall has their history, stages of evolution, and what they believe to be the cause of it all. Giant figures who've shaped their world. They take a nap, and they go out and they find more remnants, and they find an Allen wrench. This is probably just a mark in the use of tools for humans. They have the skills and tools that they need to build a quote-unquote modern world. And when they finish doing so, Bingo declares herself an adult.
The library's finished. Wonderful, Mama. But I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm all grown up. Oh, okay. Look, Mum, I built a spaceship to go and explore space. Oh, you're always such a clever thing. Bye, Mum. Thanks for looking after me.
She says goodbye to her mother, and she jumps into a spaceship and flies off. Bluey, old and brittle, standing with a cane, is left alone. She drops the cane and sits down, and
Now what do I do?
as sad as this is, I think that represents her passing on. She's closer to the ground. She no longer needs the cane. And this is the first time in their play where she doesn't know what to do next. We don't know what happens next. But
Hey! Up here.
her belief was strong, and she hears a voice. She turns around and she finds Bandit and Chilli waiting for her. These heavenly figures guiding her to the next phase. It's a beautiful representation of the life cycle, where play and imagination parallel the stages of evolution and growing up. Let's rewind and focus on Bandit and Chilli. Their story begins with them unpacking the porch swing and immediately running into trouble.
Careful!
I'm being careful.
Chilli suggests following the manual, but Bandit brushes it off.
The cartoon dog says to put some cardboard down underneath first.
Claiming
I'm not taking advice from a cartoon dog.
from the start, their approaches to the task are at odds. As they start working, their lack of communication becomes obvious. In one scene, Bandit asks Chilli if she has it, when it's clear she doesn't.
Have you got it? Have you got it?
Yeah! Oh, sorry!
Oh, babe, I thought you had it.
I said sorry.
Ah, you cracked it.
Well, this is why the cartoon dog says to put cardboard down.
All righto.
Neither admits that they need help, and instead of working together, they soldier on individually. The result? A misstep leads to an accident.
Right, I'll just give this a whack.
Watch out for my... Ow!
We've all been there, haven't we? When unspoken assumptions and stubbornness cause things to go wrong.
Oh, of course it's my fault.
The couple decides to start over, reclaiming some of the discarded cardboard to fix the damage. Chilli kicks some packaging down the stairs and they work together on a broken piece. But even here, teamwork isn't seamless. While trying to fix it, Chilli accidentally hurts Bandit, sending him tumbling down the stairs.
Right, I'll just give this a whack.
Watch out for my... Ow! I'm okay.
He's fine, but it's another hiccup in their process. At this point, Bandit and Chilli pause to regroup.
Sorry, sweetie.
That's okay. Let's try again.
They start working together more effectively. And for the first time, Bandit follows Chilli's lead without question.
All right, I'll put this thing here. Ugh, honey, can you move this thing until we need it?
Yes, boss.
Leading Bandit to move a piece of the swing to the kids' play area. But then Chilli then notices that they actually do need that piece, and she sends Bandit back to reclaim the part.
Actually, we need that thing back now.
And this obviously annoys Bandit and eventually leads to him losing his marker. Things come to a head when Bandit's earlier freestyle craftsmanship turns out to be wrong from the start.
Where's the pen gone?
Uh-oh.
What?
The shiny bit was supposed to face up.
Ah, biscuits.
They realize they'll need to rebuild the swing properly. But in this moment, they notice something. They're kids, laughing and playing.
Oh, this thing. Oh, look at them.
Ah, little tackers.
This shared realization that they've managed to raise happy, imaginative children sparks a change in their approach. If they can raise kids, surely they can assemble a porch swing. I mean, come on. How difficult can it be compared to the absolute terror of raising a child? Two, in fact. Bandit and Chilli split the work evenly this time.
We made them. Let's try and do this without all the argy-bargy.
Good idea. You make a start on the chair bit and I'll finish the frame.
Yeah, pretend we're good at this sort of stuff.
Leaning on each other's strengths. Instead of clashing, they cooperate, learning to work as a team. Together, they finish the swing, marking not just the completion of the project, but their growth as parents and partners. If you didn't get it by now, the swing itself is a metaphor for parenting. No one gives you a guidebook on how to raise kids, just like no one teaches you how to build a porch swing. You can read the instructions, you can watch the cartoon dog, you can research online, or you can just wing it. But if you're doing it with a partner, you have to account for their perspective and their approach. Success comes from learning to collaborate and adapt. Let's get to the main point that I wanted to make. The power of perspective. We're going to use Plato's Allegory of the Cave. If you don't know what that is, I'll give you a very easy way to interpret it. Imagine you're in your house sitting on your couch. The lights are off. Suddenly, a light appears behind you, shining on the wall in front of you. You see a shadow puppet of a wolf. Now, if you have no other information before you, you would believe this to be a wolf behind you. So you turn around and you see your friend is just making a wolf shadow puppet. The allegory is mainly there to teach you that what you see is rarely the full picture. For Bluey and Bingo, Bandit and Chilli are like the shadow puppet masters. The parents' actions cast shadows, consequences, that the kids perceive and interact with in ways the parents might not anticipate. It's a lesson on how our actions can be seen differently by anyone, and especially our kids. And we have to be careful with what we present to them, or else falling on their volcano won't be the only disaster event that you'll cause your kids. And not just the shadows you cast to your kids, but the shadows your kids cast onto you. For example, Bandit and Chilli see their kids laughing and think, how cute! But in the kids' world, they're absolutely cooking the hell out of their parents. Making fun of them, joking about them, but Bandit and Chilli don't hear that. They see wonderful, loving children. The dual perspective extends to the episode's broader themes. Is this a story about evolution, parenting, the life cycle, or the history of the Earth? Yes, to all of it. With Bingo's flight into space, as the sun sets, it mirrors the life cycle that we haven't even seen yet. We could interpret this as the Earth ending, and this is the point that humanity has to escape the planet. Once the sun sets, Mom and Dad are gonna clean up this city. They're gonna take all this trash and throw it in the garbage, essentially destroying their planet. We can go even deeper with how the show points out the cartoon dog in the instructions. The show itself is the shadow puppet, and your TV is the cave wall. The creators are the shadow puppeteers. The themes we're supposed to focus on are the lessons of parenting and the lessons of the human life cycle. Lessons for the parents and the children, respectively. Capping it all off with Bluey taking Chilli's hand to bring her onto the swing that she made with Bandit. And as they all sit, they're all probably thinking to themselves in their own way,
This is heaven.
thanks for watching, and if you learned something, like, comment, subscribe.